It's the Bo Show out here at the final day of the first week of Broncos OTAs. Bo Nix is the story, and Bo Nix was getting starter reps, as Sean Payton said after practice, but don't read too much into it because Bo got the starter reps today, Jarrett got the starter reps earlier this week, and Zach Wilson also got the starter reps. These guys are rotating in and out, but Sean Payton very pleased with Bo Nix and his progression so far.
He's farther along than most would be. I mean, you know, we're talking about a player who's played 61 games. He's extremely smart. He's picked it up very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like he belongs out there, and I think that's the first question that you have to answer as a rookie quarterback. Maybe the pocket collapsed a couple times, maybe he held on the ball too long. When you're out there, it's tough to see whether there are receivers open anyway. Outside of that, though, there's really nothing to complain about. The ball didn't hit the ground all that often. It seemed like he knew what he was doing, and like I said, that's really all you can ask for in the first week of OTAs.
Bo's not the only dog out there, and speaking of dogs, Sean Payton referring to the Broncos' three quarterbacks as
they're all orphan dogs. You know, they've come from somewhere. But they're doing good, and it's a good room.
Of course, Jarrett Stidham's bounced around the league a little bit, so the Broncos are kind of rescuing him this second year. And Zach Wilson, obviously, man, has he took some heat being in New York, so the Broncos scoop him up. They're rescuing him like a little puppy. I'm not really sure how Bo Nix is a rescue dog. I guess he went from Auburn to Oregon.
Sean said that to the quarterbacks, too. Jarrett Stidham said that he heard what Sean said, but didn't quite understand what he was talking about.
He mentioned it today, and I just kind of let him go with it, you know, so I didn't know where it came from. So yeah, it's whatever he says for sure.
And if Zach Wilson was an orphan dog, what dog would he be?
Ooh, I'm a husky guy. I like huskies. Got a couple huskies at home.
We knew Courtland Sutton was not going to be at OTAs today. John Franklin Myers also not at OTAs today. That's not one to worry about. He's supposed to be back next week or in a couple of weeks. But also DJ Jones not showing up. There is a report out there, I believe, that says DJ has been at OTAs. He just missed today, so nothing to worry about. But Courtland is the big one that I think fans are starting to worry about. But Sean Payton said,
Listen, there isn't any concern. Here's why. I know Courtland well. He's a tremendous worker. You guys know him. A tremendous makeup, leader of our team. That'll sort itself out.
One name you don't want to hear on the injury report is Greg Dulcich. And unfortunately, today he did not practice. He was on a side field. He was at OTAs, but Greg Dulcich still kind of working through the hamstring. But Sean Payton didn't sound too nervous about it. In fact, he sounded pretty optimistic despite Greg Dulcich not practicing today.
He's close. Man, he's had all the work done. We're encouraged. I think you'll see him sooner than later, and we want to be smart.
Does he have some kind of off-season procedure or something? Or what exactly?
Well, no, look, there's been trips back and forth relative to checkups, but his rehab has gone well, and it's not going to be we don't see him till training camp.
But in Greg's place, there was another tight end that stepped up, and people need to get to know his name.
Lucas Kroll. It's a guy that some people have been talking about all offseason because he got some opportunities last year. He seems to have found his place so far. There was one play he didn't bring in, just this deep ball that really would have solidified his day. Not much to complain about, though.
Man, I thought he's had a good week. And I said, you know, if you didn't notice, everyone in the media was looking down at the rosters to see who 85 was. And I said, someday soon they're going to know who 85 is.